Alright, so I thought I'd just film a really quick video on how to sort of DIY a blow-off valve onto a Canam X3. So this is without going and buying the full charge tube, you know, from one of the reputable places. This is a different and much cheaper way to do it. So you get one of these pipes here, which I'll put up on the screen now so that you can see what it looks like. The cheapest chips. I cut the charge tube, the factory one, in there, left it in place, just chopped it right through, installed that in there, as you can see. Turn the light on here. So as you can see, charge tube is cut either side, literally just slip this tube in there. Obviously this is a 25mm port poking out, so then you just pop your blow-off valve on the end of that. Now what I was running was, turn that light off, just cheap, I think it's a copy of maybe the OG RPM blow-off valve. It's a cheap Chinese one, and it was working absolutely fine, nothing wrong with it all, but just for longevity purposes I upgraded to a reputable Turbosmart blow-off valve, which I was just putting on now, hence why I thought I'd film this, as I know that the Turbosmart ones are obviously really good. So to vent the blow-off valve, so this pipe here, so that's boost in there, which is coming out of there. So the vent for it, this is a plumb back blow-off valve. You can plumb it back into your intake if you want. I wanted the noise as well, so basically this is a 25mm bit of radiator tube. It's quite thick, quite burly, and strong. So for the exit of the blow-off valve, which is, I'll show you on this one, that being the exhaust or the exit of the blow-off valve, I put that tube on there and I've rerouted it up through my tray and to a filter just there, and over the top of that filter I've put another like cloth pre-filter as well, and just hose clamped that on there, and that just dumps there. Now what I've done is kept a round in the pipe, so should that get splashed, or should that filter get splashed or anything, you know, water, anything like that, it can't travel down the tube and into the blow-off valve, which is unlikely anyway because it's purging so much, but it's just another peace of mind. So that just comes up through the deck, around there, and mounts right there. So yeah, I'm just going to pop that on there, clamp on the new blow-off valve. Already got the vacuum line. So the vacuum line, you need to get hold of a little fitting which replaces the factory one, which bolts on the intake manifold right there. Again, these fittings are relatively readily available. I'll put a picture of one on the screen. Easy to get, cheap as chips. So you just run your vacuum, run that vacuum line straight to your blow-off valve, and that's all you need. So that's the new blow-off valve on there, just to show you what it looks like, all hooked up. Really straightforward, like takes no time at all. The hardest part is just cutting that main charge tube and squeezing that other pipe in there. What I did was I cut the charge tube and then I pulled it off at the throttle body. I slid the new bit of adapter tube in one side and then popped it back on the charge tube there and then back on the throttle body. That was the easiest way. And to be honest, the only thing I took off was the CVT exhaust here, just to give me a bit more working room. I had to pop this one off here too because it was easy, and it just gives you an open space, easier to work with. Done deal. Let's see if I can get some sounds.